Yes, we're all fruit salad, yummy, yummy. We're all in the same bowl. Yes, hello! My percussion skills need a little bit improving. Hello, everybody. I'm Tupperware Pete. How are you? It doesn't matter if you're watching on Instagram, on Facebook, in somebody's private VIP group, whether you've subscribed to the Tupperware Pete YouTube channel, or whether you're watching me on TikTok. Guess what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to show you, I bought this beautiful pineapple. I've got some bananas, some kiwi fruit, some grapes. I did find some apples in the fridge. They've been in there for about 6 weeks, but it's okay. They're in the Tupperware Vent Smart containers, so you know that they're going to last a lot longer than wrapped in a plastic bag, right? I've got those. I'm going to make a fruit salad. I'm going to show you how to use the Tupperware Super Dicer, all right? That's brilliant. I'm going to also give you some ideas for the chop collector. I'll show you a few bowls, all of the Summer Bright collection that's available only for the next few days at these prices. Then I'm going to probably whip up some cream in, no need to ask, it's a smooth operator. I'm going to make sure the top's on properly as well. All right, so let's get into it. If you've got any questions or suggestions, please let me know. And let me know where you're watching from, what part of the world you're watching from. I love finding out where people are watching from. All right, let's get cracking. What I'm going to show, let's start with the pineapple, right? Here in Southeast Queensland, we love our pineapples. Now, what I'm going to do is grab my flexible cutting mat. That's like a heat-resistant trivet that I can use as well. I've got my Tupperware bread knife. Now, all of the Mastro knives, see these Mastro knives? There's a few different sizes and shapes. If you've been watching me, you'll know I love those. They're all full tang, so it's one piece all the way through. Now, like all the other Tupperware serrated knives, where are my glasses so I can see what you're seeing? See how I don't know if you can see this, they're serrated on one side and they're actually smooth on the other side, which means you can actually use the Tupperware knife sharpener to sharpen a Tupperware serrated knife at home without having to professionally get it done. How awesome is that? Just don't keep that by the laptop or the computer because you'll think it's a mouse. I did that one day. All right, let's get into it. I'm just going to slice that pineapple off. Now, did you know, if you let this dry out for a little bit, right, you can actually, this is the Tupperware scrap collector or the chop collector, right? So you can, a couple of ways that you can use this, right? I always reckon if you can't think of at least 3 uses for your Tupperware, keep thinking because it's so versatile, all right? What you can do is you can chop all your veggies in here and prep that if you're doing a stir fry and then just pop the top on there, stick it in the fridge or on the bench top, and then when you come time for cooking, you just pop that straight into the pot. Or you can hook it over to the drawer. In my kitchen, I can just hook it over to the door and all your scraps go into there. Your peelings and your tops and tails and your odds and ends can all go into there. Pop that on there and then that just takes that straight out to the compost or out to the chooks, right? Or, a lot of people don't realise this, underneath, can you see these little holes in here? What you can do is you can grab a screwdriver, right? Just like is this a flathead? Probably. What you do is you just basically, adult supervision. You just stick that through there, right? Through the little holes. Can you see the little holes? See what I'm doing? See what I'm creating? So we can just pop them straight through there and we will, should have got a bigger screwdriver. We'll just pop that straight through there. Now this is going to become my planter for the top of my pineapple. Whether you're going to, you know, regrow your spring onions or the bottoms of your celery or onions or beetroot or, you know, you can regrow all your veggies and fruits that you, probably your fruits as well from the seeds. Depending on what climate that you live in, you can actually just regrow them. And why not grab a few of these, pop them over the fence, and there you've got your whole line of herbs. Imagine having all your herbs in here. You can pop this into there, right? Now you can label them up. basil, oregano, parsley, pineapple. You can have, the whole family can get into it. It's a great little family activity. And then you can just, you've got your drainage holes there, and it doubles as a herb and veggie planter. How awesome is that? So you just fill that up with your dirt, stick that in, and then however long a pineapple takes, is it a year, 18 months, 2 years, 5 years? I'm not sure. But don't buy pineapples, right? This one was $5. Pop that into there, and then you've got your own little pineapples. If we're lucky, that might have twins. How awesome is that? All right, so we'll pop that into there. What I'm going to do is, actually, we'll just move that aside. I'm not sure what bowl I'm going to use. We've got a selection of different bowls. We've even got bowls that I don't have on my display. These are the Eco Plus bowls. They create a circular economy. They take single-use plastic out of landfill, out of the rubbish. They treat it. They remove all of the impurities until you're left with A-grade Tupperware ingredients, and they create drink bottles, lunch boxes, bowls, cutlery, all those sorts of things, all right? Or you've also got all the different summer colours. There's purple and orange, and summer colours are like no other colours. All right, let's do this so that way you can easily see. Oh, let's do the big one. So you can easily see what I've got going on. You might even want to use the salad spinner as well to drain them up. Or you could even pop it into your Vent Smart container, because see how they've got a deep-footed channel? Fruit salad will last a lot longer if the juice can drain away. So if you've got any cut up watermelon, rockmelon, pineapple, kiwi fruit, anything that's really juicy, pop it in here already chopped up. The juice is going to drain away. It's going to be raised up out of its own juice, out of its own condensation, and it will last 3 to 5 times longer than if it was just sitting in its juice, right? So there's loads of different options depending on your needs, okay? So what I've got in here, let's just move this out of the way. Pineapple, there is an enzyme in pineapple called bromelain, and it's great for digestion. It's filled with all different minerals. It's got antioxidants in there. So what I'm going to do is I love the bread knife for slicing through pineapple and cheesecakes, because you do it in a sawing action. It just does it all for you. And if you are slicing anything acidic, make sure you use a serrated knife, because it extends the life of the knife. All right, so we'll just pop that straight down in there. We're just going to slice these up. We're getting rid of all of our bits and pieces there. Now, if you want to be really particular, you grab your Tupperware peeler. See how it has its own little eye remover in there? So you can just go through and you can remove all the little bits of the pineapple there. Remove all those little pineapple eyes. Those pineapple eyes. So we can do that. I'm not going to bother too much with that, just for the video's sake. But you know what I'm going to do? You boil up your pineapple skins, right? And you can make your own pineapple tea, pineapple cordial. It's awesome, right? This is the Tupperware cast iron. Now, you can choose this as your 70% off item when you have an online or an in-home Tupperware party. It doesn't matter if you've got an online business account or not. You can still have a party, a Tupperware party, or a cooking demonstration, or an online get-together. You can still do that. You can choose anything out of the main range for 70% off. Why not go for the Tupperware cast iron? It can go on ceramic, electric, gas and induction cooktops, and it'll go into the oven as well. Look, it's all proper cast iron, enamel on the inside. It's all proper Tupperware. There we go, right? So how awesome is that? So all I'm going to do, pop my pineapple skins straight into here. There's my pineapple skins. If you're making pineapple cordial, throw in some sugar. I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to do the pineapple. What you can do is you fill that up with water. Why not measure with your 2-litre water bottle? There's so many different colours. You measure up your 2 litres, pop that in. Measure up another 2 litres, pop that in. This is a 5-litre pot, so it's still not going to be filled to the top, allowing for a little bit of reduction. You've got, that'll probably reduce down to 3 litres. So you can pop them in 3 1-litre bottles, or 1 2-litre one, 1 1-litre one. You can pop them in 4 or 5 750ml bottles. My maths isn't too good, but you get the idea, right? So that's what I'm going to do. And pop that onto the stove top, all right? What we're going to do is, just let me rinse my hands a little bit. Do you like those ideas? All right, I think it's brilliant. Okay, so what we're going to do is literally slice up our pineapple. We'll just get rid of that core bit. That's a bit woody, so if we wanted to, woody? What we're going to do is we can pop that straight into our chop collector. That can go out to the chooks or the compost or straight to the bin, depending on where you live. All right, so we've got one of those. What we're going to do now is just slice this up into chunks. Now, what I found is Tupperware, it's very safe depending on the job that you've got. So I wouldn't use this to top and tail beans, right? Great for getting the skin off pineapple, absolutely. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to transfer over to the Mastro, I can't remember, is this the chopper or the cleaver? I love this because not only is it a 13 centimetre blade, but look at this, that's your bench scraper. So it's like 2 products in one. It's awesome. So what I'm going to do is just literally, we're going to pop that down straight into there, and we will remove the seal, grab the tab, peel the seal. We will just bench scrape that straight up into here. They're rather large chunks actually. I should probably chop that up a little bit. But what I wanted to do a nice cleanse and get this pineapple happening. All right, there's a little bit of, we'll pop them straight into that cast iron. There we go. And what we'll do is we'll just slice this. I don't know if you can see this. Let's move that out of the way. Can you see what I'm doing here? We'll turn that around and we will just... Oh, hang on. What we'll do is we'll make sure that they are... Slice them in half as well. That's better. That'll give us a few smaller bits. And then we just go straight down. How awesome is that? Scrape, 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 up in the pot. Scrape, 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 up in the pot. Right, so that's those. We may as well do the entire pineapple because this is going to last in my fridge for about 7 to 10 days. I can literally be eating that all week long. All right, I love this because you can just grab it, chop, slide it up, pop it straight into there. Now that's going to topple. That's all we want, is pineapple all over the kitchen. All right, so there we go. Let's just move them out of the way. Here we go. Now, we'll just grab our banana. Oh, it's looking all very monochromatic, isn't it? So let's just pop that straight off there. There we go. I should have opened it up the way monkeys and gorillas do. They open it up the other way to what we do. They're very clever. All right, so we'll just pop them straight into that chop collector as well. And we will grab the right knife for the right size job. And we will just slice that straight through. There's one banana. Shall we do another banana? Let's do another banana. You know, if you peel it through this way, it's actually a lot easier. Just do it. Oh! If I'm watching instead of watching the camera. All right. So we'll just pop that straight through there. We'll pop them into there. Now, it's all looking a little bit yellow. It's all looking a little bit yellow, isn't it? How gorgeous is that? Banana and pineapple. What a summery Queensland treat, right? So now what we'll do is we'll just give the old hands a bit of a rinse off. You know what we're going to do now? Where are they? Here we go. I found some kiwi fruit. Now, are you the type of person that gets the kiwi... You buy your fruit and veggies already pre-packaged? If you are, normally I don't. I love going to the fruit and veggie shop. But if you are, please don't keep them in here. They're not designed to be stored in here long term because, look, there's tiny little holes in here. So if your product is a light breather that doesn't need any oxygen to make it last, then popping them in here is not going to extend the life of them. What you do is you just transfer them straight over to a Tupperware venter. And your Tupperware becomes your, that becomes your packaging, right? And that's why it will literally last 3 to 5 times longer than just sitting in a plastic bag at the bottom of your fridge, right? I'm going to use the Tupperware peeler because on one side it's got tiny little teeth, and the other side is a straight blade. This is strong enough to peel a butternut pumpkin, and it's also delicate enough to peel tomatoes and a kiwi fruit. All right, so what we'll do is we will just chop the end off, and we'll chop this end off as well, and we will show you. See how easy that is? Oh, I need my chop collector. Chop collector, banana, pineapple, and we'll just pop them straight into here. Spin that around. How awesome is that? There's my kiwi fruit. This one's a little bit delicate. I probably should have done this before I went live, just to save a bit of time. But a lot of people don't realise that you can... I mean, do you eat the skin on the kiwi fruit? I don't. Some people do. They love it. I don't. So I peel mine, right? So I'm just going to peel this off. There is my kiwi fruit peeled. Oh, there's another little bit of skin. There we go. How awesome is that? Right? So we will just make sure we get all of that skin off, because that's what I like. Then all I'm going to do is just pop that into half, and we'll just do chunks of that kiwi fruit. How awesome is that? You get the idea, right? So what we'll do is if you don't want to peel it, you don't have to. I'm just going to use the small knife, just for it's quicker. When you're peeling it, you have less waste. But when you're slicing it, you end up with a lot of flesh. You're removing a lot of flesh that you don't necessarily need to. When you're peeling it, it is more economical. However, because I'm not a chef, Tupperware taught me how to cook. And of course, having the right tools in the kitchen definitely helps. And so it's not too bad. All right, so we'll just slice it in half. Oh, there's another little bit. But you get the idea. How awesome is this? There we go. Just chop up that into chunks. There's our kiwi fruit. We'll pop that over on the side. We'll do chop, chop, chop in the pot. You get the idea. Yeah, that might actually need another one. I've got, your whole kilo of grapes? They fit into here perfectly. So when grapes are like $14.99 a kilo, you go, they'll be gone. We'll have to chuck them out. What a waste of money. No. Pop them in your VentSmart container. They will literally last for about 2 or 3 weeks in my fridge, right? So I've just got some grapes into here. If you wash them as you use them, they will last longer. I've actually washed these just for the video so that I don't have to, so I can save time. But leave them in here dirty and they will last for way longer than if you wash them. I'm just peeling some of those off. We're just pouring that straight into here. Yum-o. I am going to... How awesome is that? There's our grapes. We'll nibble on them. We'll live to nibble another day. All right. I'm going to grab my... This is the Sunday spoon because it's holy. Boom. But I love this because if you are mixing something that's a little bit delicate, there's less spoon comes in contact with the food. Does that make sense? Or if you're mixing up cakes or muffins, you get a lot more air through there. Making meatballs, getting hard-boiled eggs out. But when you're mixing something a little bit delicate, there's less spoon to come in contact with the fruit. So it's going to maintain that. There's a big chunk of pineapple. What's going on there? We'll just... Does that make sense? So this is like, it's a typically Australian salad, green and gold. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Oi, oi, oi! All right, so we've got that in there. There's our pineapple and our grapes. We could probably do with another kiwi fruit. Or 2. So I'm just going to, just for colour, luckily I've got this chop collector here. Otherwise I'd end up with stuff all over the place. There we go. See how peeling it is much better. It does take a little bit longer, but it's worth it because you have way less wastage. Look how much flesh I'm wasting. All right. They're chunky bits. I wonder, actually I could have popped them in with the pineapple to cook on the stove. Reduce them down. We're going to make a pineapple tea. Oh, this one's a bit soft. Here we go. Do you call them kiwis or kiwi fruit? I call them kiwi fruit. Some people call them kiwis. Or, is this a Chinese gooseberry? I can't remember. We're just popping this into chunks. Slide that straight into there. How awesome is that? Banana, pineapple, kiwi fruit and grapes that I'm going to nibble on. And we cannot forget the apples that I found, which literally, they're on the way out. These have been in my fridge, I reckon, for a good 7 weeks. They're in Ventsmart. There's nothing wrong with them, right? So all I'm going to do is grab my Tupperware apple corer. Yes, Tupperware make an apple corer, all right? So all I'm going to do is just pop them straight into here. Doesn't matter if you're left-handed or right-handed. That's going to go into my chop collector with all of my bits and pieces, keeping that nice and ordered. Oh, let's get that off. There we go. We're going to grab our Super Dicer. That's got that blade into there. We've got other blades on the inside. You've got like a julienne blade into there. And you've got, look how tiny you can get your pieces. Look at that one. That's really quite small. What we're going to do is, we're going to use that blade there, all right? So all I'm going to do is just, we're going to chop this up into, I don't know, these bits. Ready? And we will, that one just needs to be sliced in half again because it's a little bit big. That's okay. And then that's going to help keep them uniform. Yeah. There's my apple. How easy is that? If I want to, I can keep chopping up. I can store them in my Clearmate containers in the fridge. I'm not going to, just for time purposes. So there's my apple. So I've got my banana, pineapple, grapes, kiwi fruit happening into there. Yum, yum, yum. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I got food in my tummy. Now what we're going to do is, I'm going to show you how I whip cream. Fingers crossed it's going to work, because we're in the middle of a heat wave here in southeast Queensland. We're having a heat wave. A tropical heat wave. And in such a way that the customers say, you know, colder the cream, the quicker the whip. Pop it into the freezer for 10 minutes. There's a handy hint, and it will whip a lot quicker. All right, we're going to take the blades out. We're going to throw in the paddle whisk. This is amazing. Everything your double beaters will do, this will do, but without electricity. When you're using it, it's like a zero carbon footprint handheld blender, all right? We pop that straight into there. I've got a little bit of rose water. I love this. You can just flavour up your cream. A good, decent dash of that. If we want to, we can add in some icing sugar. I'm not going to. The icing sugar will help it keep its form for a little bit longer. I've got a 600ml cream. I'm just going to throw in about half of that. Oh. And we'll keep the other half for Pudding Saturday. All right, we'll pop that into there. Okay. And then it's a matter of pulling the curtains, throwing on your favourite Spotify playlist, and away you go, right? She works hard for the money. Smile and the calories fall away. Actually, you can pop your hip into it. You can get a real good workout going. So, and I just swap hands. When I was doing in-home Tupperware parties, I'd pass this around and go, everybody pull on the cord, let's whip the cream, right? And it would come back to me and it would be whipped. It was awesome. Except one time we did it and it came back and it wasn't whipped and it was light cream. Don't try whipping light cream. It doesn't work. They've taken all the good stuff out of it. Okay. You will feel it get firmer. This will turn cream into butter. It does take a while, but I have done it. All right. Has anyone counting how many pulls of the cord this is taking? Let's... Oh, look. It's already done. How awesome is that? I've whipped aquafaba in here before. You know the chickpea water? That takes about twice as long, but it does work. It's awesome. Okay, so we've got that happening there. If we wanted to, we could serve that in our 740ml Allegra bowl, right? Absolutely gorgeous. Actually, I think I will. Let's grab our... This is ideal. The Tupperware serving spoon comes in handy for this. Look at this. It's got such a deep bowl and it's a beveled edge, so it's gentle on the food as it lifts it out. So we can just lift that straight out of there. We've got the grapes and we've got some kiwi fruit. Let's do some of that into there. Yum. Oh, there's a bit of banana. It's hard to see with the pineapple. Look at that. How gorgeous is that? What we're going to do is just grab a Tupperware spoon. We'll do a few dollops of that rosewater cream on the top. Right? We'll pop that away for Ron. And look at that. How yum is that? You know what we need to do? A tin of passion fruit always goes well. Don't use the ring pull because you'll end up cutting yourself, and sometimes the ring pull goes and it's like, hang on, you're going to break a nail if you open that can. Grab your Tupperware can opener, open up the arms, pop that on. You know you've got the whole thing on because you can lift the whole thing up. Turn it in a clockwise direction. It doesn't matter if you're right-handed or left-handed. Once you've done a full 360, you'll hear a little click. Sometimes you don't hear that click though, but you will feel the pressure ease a little bit, right? When you open up the arms and remove it, it looks like you haven't done anything, right? But what you need to do, grab this little beak. Can you see that beak? Hook that over the can, one hand on the can, the other hand lifts up, and see how this has never touched any food? There's no need to ever wash this. You go over to the bin, open up the arms, that goes into the bin. This has never come in contact with food. If you never wash this can opener, it will last you a lifetime. It will be the last can opener you ever buy. How many have you bought in your lifetime? I know before that one came out, I bought quite a few. So we've got our passion fruit. I'm just going to pour that straight into our bowl in here, which I should have done beforehand. So we will just give that a bit of a mix. Pretend I've thrown some passion fruit over here. Let's just do this. I love it. Passion fruit, banana. Look at that. This is all I'm having for dinner. Some rosewater cream, banana, pineapple, grapes, kiwi fruit. It's too hot to eat anything else. And sometimes you get sick of salads. So why not grab some fresh fruit, do that. I'm going to serve that. When you have an online Tupperware party or an in-home, remember you can choose anything for 70% off. You might want to go for the Super Dicer as yours. You might want to go for the entire set of the Eco Plus bowls that as yours. You might want to go for the SuperSonic chopper as your 70% off item. Just reach out to the person whose group you're watching this in, or send me a message and I can help as well. Now, if I'm going to sit down and I'm going to eat this, but before I do, you know what I've done? If you've been watching, you'll know, you'll be thinking, hang on, he hasn't done, you know what I haven't done? Which I'm just about to do now. What have I forgotten? I'm sure someone's going to pick it up. You know what I forgot? I forgot my troubles and I'm happy and I dance the cares away. Shouted and got happy. I'll see you all another day. Thank you all.